Life can be an adventure. Each of us sees life differently. Will you adventure with me? All right, here we go. We are just about ready to take off to go up to Cades Cove today and hike up Abrams Falls. Our fabulous camera crew, including Santa Neil, have put together some great shots here. We've got one in the Jeep and one up on the windshield, and there'll be cameras behind us too. So Cades Cove is meaningful to me, Cades Cove and Abrams Falls, because that's actually what brought me partially to Tennessee. When I came down to get a job down here, one of the things I wanted to do was make sure I could hike. So I took this beautiful hike that was recommended to me by some of the locals. They said, oh, if you're going to hike, take a nice, easy, short-ish hike. It's a 5-mile hike up to Abrams Falls in Cades Cove. It's a beautiful historic place which you're about to get to see. We're excited about that. We have this beautiful Jeep to drive today, which is sponsored by our fabulous Carrie Campbell Foundation. The Carrie Campbell Foundation supports all kinds of creative video content that increases love among all people. So we hope that you're going to feel some extra love from having this beautiful Jeep to watch today. We're calling this Jeep the Destination Silver Lining, as we've got some beautiful Firestone Destination tires on here and a perfect silver color. All right, are you ready to take a drive? Here we go. I'm so excited to get out and take a hike. Haven't been out hiking all season yet. It's a beautiful time to get out. Nothing like a nice morning hike in the summertime in Tennessee. One of my favorite things to do. I hope you get a chance. Come on out, visit us. There are so many favorite things about hiking in Tennessee. One is the smell. There's this rich, earthy smell from the clay that's in the earth and the composting leaves. It's really a beautiful, rich, earthy tone. And there are lots of different shades of green. So many shades of green in Tennessee, everything from the grass to the leaves to all sorts of ivy, including kudzu. Lots and lots of beautiful green shades. There's high humidity in Tennessee, so it's easy to be able to, well, it's easy to breathe either way, dry or humid, but there's something about humid weather that's I find easy to bring in. Of course, want to get out there early morning because by 3 o'clock it'll be about 93 degrees here. So it's a bit of a cooker. Perfect time to take a dip. The Cades Cove area is one of the most famous areas and most well-used parks in the Smoky Mountains. It's one that most people know who've been down this way. There's a lovely loop to take a drive. Sometimes we'll get to see horses or deer along that loop. Sometimes there are bear. I've seen black bear on my hikes up there. It's a really beautiful sight. Got to see a little black bear in a tree once. That was adorable. I'm particularly excited about today's adventure because it's a culmination, really. It's a culmination of almost 3 weeks that I've been working with Corwin and Neil, who are in the vehicle in the back, And we've been doing some work for some clients, so this is really an opportunity for us to get out in nature. Enjoy some time outside. Ooh, here we go. Start to see the mountains now. Can you see them? Here's where we'll be coming to dinner tonight. Right, coming up here on the right. And the beautiful red roofed buildings. Though just beyond that is Dancing Bear Lodge. And when you get to the Dancing Bear Lodge, you can get yourself settled in one of their cabins, and then take a drive up to Cades Cove. You see all this foggy, misty, that's what they call smoke from the Smoky Mountains. It's all the humidity. If you like caverns, there's a nice little spot up here, Tuckaleechee Caverns, where you can go in and see the stalactites and the stalagmites and all the goodness that's inside of a cave. You know, life can be tough enough. We have to make time. We have to choose to take the time to get out and enjoy nature and enjoy the things that we enjoy. Because a life that is filled with work or filled with struggle really weighs us down. We all have struggles, there's no doubt about that. And of course we need to address them. But sometimes if we could just take a day, even like the example with working with Corwin, if we could just take one day a month, nice to have it once a week for some downtime, rest up, meditation, but just take at least one day a month when a person can just get out in nature and not work at all, go where there isn't cell phone service or turn your phone off, and just really immerse ourselves in nature. Nature has so many healing qualities about it. It is our provider of all of our food. Yes, the Creator created the environment to begin with, but Mother Nature, wow, she provides us with everything we eat. It gives us the food and the water. It gives us the oxygen. All the things that we need to support our system. It helps to reset our stress levels. It helps us to recognize that we're part of this bigger picture of life, that the so-called rat race of day-to-day work environment is not really where it's at. Lots and lots of creatures survive without that. It's just us humans who have a tendency to think that work can be a god. Here we are, Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Woohoo! I love coming up in this big turn because it means we're on the last trail to get up to Cades Cove, our sweet stone wall, and whoop, here we go. This is one of my most favorite drives in all of Tennessee. One of my favorite things to do to ground me and remind me how lucky I am is to consider how unique and unusual this experience really is in life. We have a planet that is round to live on, and it spins all the time, and yet we're able to walk upright. And it's got to spin at just the right speed and at just the right level of all of the components chemically, geometrically, the way our bodies function. I mean, we've created vehicles and roads to drive on. We travel all the way around the world. We can eat all sorts of foods. Once upon a time, a person never got out of their village. Now, hey, we can go right down to the corner restaurant and have Thai food. It's a fascinating time in the world to be. All times are fascinating in their own way, but it's up to us to take the time to allow ourselves to be fascinated by what is and what is right now. There are so many things to enjoy. I enjoy being able to drive this fun Jeep and take this curve and feel that pressure in my body as we turn. I love being able to feel healthy. And yes, it's taken a long time. It's taken years to get my own health into a position where I could enjoy things mentally and physically. So it's something that I definitely treasure. But no matter, even if you're watching this and you're in a place physically or emotionally where you just can't get out right now. You can't take a hike, you can't take a drive. Focus on what you can do, if you can. Just focus on what you can do. Can you look out the window? Can you open the window? Can you listen to some of the outside nature sounds? Can you get out onto your deck? What can you do to allow yourself to enjoy more of this experience called life? So where is your silver lining? Sometimes life can feel like it's filled with dark clouds. Fears, sadness, frustrations, anxiety, all sorts of what I'd call madness, modern day madness. In those moments where it feels dark, it's important for us to find that silver lining. Because it might not just come out and jump and slap us in the face, you know. We've got to look for it sometimes. Where is it? Where is it? Where is your silver lining? Write it down in the comments. I want to hear it. I want to hear your silver lining. Yeah, life can be hard, but I'd like to think that the whole life can be a silver lining. Not that it's all, gumdrops and teddy bears by any means. Because we all go through ridiculously difficult things. Each person's situation is different, but that doesn't make it any easier. Everybody's got their own struggles. As they say, we've all got our own suffering. But it's what we're going to do with it. Are we seeing it as a tool to hone us? Is that suffering just exactly what we need in order to become stronger? As a soul, not just a body, but as a soul? Maybe or maybe not. It depends on how we look at it. It depends on what we do with it. And that part of it can be our choice. And we can't wait for somebody else to save us. It's just a bad idea. It's rather been programmed into us, though, hasn't it? The idea of heroes and saviors and all of that. We can allow life to become more a part of us, become in union with life. And when we do so, we get more help, we get more support, we get more love. That's all true. But we cannot wait for a human being to come and save us. Because they've got their own life to live, and that's not their job. Here we go. Thank you, Carrie Campbell Foundation, for this beautiful truck. Love the Jeep. Look at those beautiful flowers in the field. Don't you love that? Oh man, just love that. So pretty. Beautiful fields of flowers. Majestic mountains. This is the Smoky Mountains, people. Up here's one of the primitive buildings that they had up here for the first settlers. Isn't that pretty? It was their church. That's a foundation, huh? We're almost here. Almost. Life isn't just like a box of chocolates. Life is like a river. We've got the beauty of the rushing, rumbling water. We've got the gorgeous temperatures that change from season to season. And it's important for us to just take the time to get out there and really feel the temperature and the movement of the water, feel the currents, feel the way that nature is speaking to us in each and every moment. So come on with us as we take this hike to Cades Cove Abrams Falls Trail, and we will see you down at the waterfall. It'll be bright when we get down there, when we're all nice and hot. This is a native rhododendron. It's one of the most beautiful and short-lived plants in the undergrowth of the forest here in the Smoky Mountains. Now you'll notice if I let this go back to its original position, it's very deep in the forest. It's often underneath other branches. It's kind of like sometimes what happens when we can notice the beauty of our life, but sometimes it's underneath the branches. It's underneath the leaves of other experiences. It's important for us not to miss those beautiful opportunities, to take in some of the joy of life. And just like this hike, it's one of those experiences. As the snail says, take it at your own pace. These guys call to reach out and touch someone. They are so soft. This beautiful wall of ferns here, just waving their little hands to say hello as we walk down the trail. And we're almost there. Are you getting hot? Are you ready to jump in? made it to the bottom. Are you ready to take a jump and a skip and a hop and get in that water?
Indeed.
Oh my gosh, check it out. Wow. Look what Mother Nature gifted us with. This is an owl feather. Sweet. So there's always that moment on the trail where you're just so excited because you found something that is such a delight. It is perfect time for mulberry season. If you don't know what a mulberry is, it looks a lot like a blackberry, but a little bit longer and has just a fantastic light, sweet flavor. They are delectable. They grow on trees. They also have a vine. Yum!
For more information about programs, projects, and adventures with Angelique, explore willyougrow.com. If you or your company are interested in inspiring our mutual audience by sponsoring our adventures, let's talk about it. Boost viewer confidence and trust in your company. Call 1-833-WILL-YOU, then press extension number 6. Find more great adventures. Follow @WillYouAdventure on YouTube and Facebook.